Raise your hand if you've ever set a New Year's resolution and abandoned it by January 2nd. Yeah, me too. In fact, I once vowed to get fit and bought a gym membership only to use it as a very expensive coat rack. Sound familiar? Here's the thing, setting goals is easy. Achieving them? Not so much. But what if I told you there's a way to set goals you'll actually stick to without needing superhuman willpower or a magic wand? Stick around and I'll show you how to turn your someday dreams into heck yeah, I did it past moments. Let's start with a hard truth. Most goals fail because they're too vague. I want to be healthier sounds great, but what does that even mean? Eating more kale, running a marathon, or just remembering to take the stairs instead of the elevator? Without a clear plan, your goal is just a wish. And wishes are great for birthday candles, but not so much for real life. So, how do you set goals you'll actually achieve? It's simpler than you think. You just need a little strategy, a dash of realism, and maybe a snack for motivation. Let's break it down. Step one, be specific. First things first, get specific. Instead of saying, I want to save money, say, I want to save $1,000 in 6 months. Instead of, I want to get fit, say, I want to work out 3 times a week. See the difference? Specific goals give you a clear target to aim for. Here's an example. Let's say you want to read more books. Instead of saying, I'll read more, try, I'll read one book a month. Now you have a plan. You can even pick the books in advance so you're not stuck staring at your bookshelf at 11 p.m., wondering if War and Peace is a good choice. Spoiler, it's not. Step 2, make it measurable. Next, make your goal measurable. This means you should be able to track your progress. Think of it like a video game. You need a progress bar to know how close you are to leveling up. For example, if your goal is to drink more water, don't just say, I'll drink more. Say, I'll drink 8 glasses of water a day. Now you can track it. Get a fancy water bottle with measurements if you want to feel extra accomplished. Or just draw lines on a mason jar with a sharpie. No judgment here. Step 3, keep it realistic. Here's where things get tricky. Your goal should be challenging but not impossible. If you've never run a mile in your life, setting a goal to run a marathon next month is optimistic. Start small. Maybe your goal is to run a 5K first, then work your way up. Let's say you want to learn a new language. Instead of saying, I'll be fluent in Spanish in 3 months, try, I'll learn 10 new Spanish words a week. That's doable, right? And before you know it, you'll be ordering tacos like a pro. Step 4, set a deadline. Goals without deadlines are like Netflix shows without a next episode button. You'll keep putting them off forever. Give yourself a timeline. It creates urgency and helps you stay focused. For example, if you want to declutter your house, don't just say, I'll do it someday. Say, I'll declutter one room every weekend for the next month. Now you have a plan and a deadline. And if you finish early, you can reward yourself with a nap. You've earned it. Step 5, break it down. Big goals can feel overwhelming. That's why you need to break them into smaller bite sized steps. Think of it like eating a pizza. You don't shove the whole thing in your mouth at once, unless you're in a very competitive eating contest. You take it one slice at a time. Let's say your goal is to start a blog. Instead of thinking, I need to write 50 posts, design a website, and get a million followers, start with step 1. I'll write my first post this week. Then move on to step 2. I'll set up a basic website. Before you know it, you'll have a blog and maybe even a few readers who aren't your mom. Step 6. Celebrate small wins. Here's a secret. Achieving big goals is all about celebrating small wins. Did you save $100 this month? High five. Did you work out 3 times this week? Treat yourself to something fun. Preferably, not a giant pizza if your goal is to get fit. Celebrating small wins keeps you motivated and reminds you that you're making progress. It's like getting a gold star in kindergarten, except now you can reward yourself with something better than a sticker, like coffee, always coffee. Step 7. Be flexible. Life happens. Sometimes you'll hit a roadblock, and that's okay. The key is to be flexible. If you miss a workout or overspend 1 month, don't throw in the towel. Adjust your plan and keep going. For example, if your goal is to save $1,000 in 6 months, but you have an unexpected expense, maybe extend your deadline to 8 months. It's not failure, it's just a detour. And detours can still get you where you want to go. Let me tell you about my friend who set a goal to cook more at home. She started strong, making elaborate meals every night, but by week 2, she was burned out and ordering takeout. Instead of giving up, she adjusted her goal to cooking 3 times a week. Now she's a master of meal prep and has even started a food Instagram. Her caption for every post: "Look, I didn't burn it." So there you have it, the secret to setting goals you'll actually achieve.